Greetings, greetings, and great rising. I know I'm late because you almost didn't get me at all today. That Mother's Day road trip. Ooh, shit. I guess everybody's Mother's Day road trip got them a little woe out. Hold on 1 second. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Alright, it's not. Great rising. Great rising. I was gonna sleep in and shit, but great rising, I'm here, goddammit. It don't stop. No days off. Sacred Woman, Queen of Fool, copyright 2000. Queen of Fool, Helen O. Robinson. If you're not following Recio Jones on Facebook, then do, because I'm trying to go live from his page tomorrow evening. If it really depends on his schedule and whether or not Say trying to give me some dick tomorrow. Not really. If Say and I will be home together tomorrow night, then it won't happen. But other than that, yeah, I'm gonna go live from Recio Jones page. That's REESIO Jones. I'm gonna go to his house. I think he probably about 15 minutes away from me. I'm gonna make that happen. All right, where we picking up at? I am a distinctive, beautiful flower and a healing herb with a heart, a mind, breasts, buttocks, and a womb. I love you so much. Yesterday was so beautiful. Yesterday was beautiful. Not because my children gave me a car and a house and shit. They 9 and 5. I got some old piece of shit ass cards where the back side of the card was where they fucked up the first time. But the piece though was in the opportunities to honor my mommy. And I do honor her every day. But on a day where every mother around her is being honored, it's extra special to put some funk on it. So I did see her and my grandmother. And that's peace. And y'all, see, Daddy, sinners have soul too. I went to church yesterday. I ain't catch fire, y'all. The motherfucking building's still standing. My hair ain't smoke out of nothing, y'all. There ain't nothing. I just went in one piece and I made it out unscathed. And that was peace too. I realized how much I missed church. How much I missed church because church only hurt me when I wasn't free enough to apply the scripture like the Christians do, the way that they needed and the way that they wanted. You know, when I was in the church, the scriptures were used to attack me, and now I know how to read between the lines, and I know how to read between the timeline. Okay, so even the time that it was written or orchestrated or found or established or originated, those things are so much different too. So it does require some study. You do have to exegete the Bible, or break it down so that you understand it better. And that's peace. I've always loved that. I've always gone to churches where regular Christians wouldn't feel comfortable. Like I go to a gay church or I go to a small church. But yeah, typically because that's it. I do want to say this and then I'm going to keep going. If I don't look like what you expect me to, or what you expected God to look like, or what you expected healing to look like, if I don't look like it, sorry, not sorry. If you feel like I don't feel like it to you, or I don't sound like it to you, if I don't sound like God to you, and I don't sound like love to you, fuck it. I'm not even gonna say sorry because I'm not sorry. I am healing as I am, right from where I am. And so I encourage us to all do the same shit. You know what I mean? I'm learning more and more and more and more. This is the message I'm getting from Spirit every single day. Hold on right quick. Interracial couples still fuck me up, yo. I make no shade to my sisters. I know some of y'all over there hiding the man and shit. Listen, hiding the whole white man. Been in a relationship 7 years. We ain't never seen nothing but your selfies. Listen, um, sometimes I feel like I'm shallow to feel this way, but it really is a natural response. I was in the Walmart yesterday and I was standing behind a little white girl who looked like a druggie. I ain't bullshitting. She kept saying little shit like, man, I'm just ready to get high, man. I'm just trying to smoke this blunt. I'm just ready to get high. And like she was there with a black man, tall, beautiful black man, and she just bossing him around. Go see this and go see that and go do this and go do that. And when we gonna do this? And we were like, shit, man. I just want to bust both of them in the back of their head and shit when I have to remember. As uncomfortable it is for me to look at God sometimes and God not look like what I expect him to look like, or God not look like what I expect her to look like, I have to recognize that that doesn't take from the God. Just because I don't want to see the shit don't mean it's not there. Okay? Again, that's hard as fuck for me. So I'm like, nigga, where's your loyalty to the lineage? Anyway, yeah, undoubtedly, that's the perfect example. Because usually I'm saying things like, to some women, to finally be able to go natural and lock their hair after years of their mama hot combing and perming their hair, to have locks is represent freedom. To some women whose mama always made them wear Afro puff, the same raggedy ass Afro puff that you hated and everybody else had to perm out. Now that you wrong, you want you some fucking Brazilian bundles. I ain't even mad at you, sis. Freedom don't look the same on everybody. I told you 2 years ago, if I saw a woman in a body magic with a blonde wig, I'd be like, she wants to be a white woman. Now I understand. What liberation looks like and feels like to me is completely different from one person to the next. And so, of course, there were times where black people and white people were falling in love all the time and hiding it to protect their lives. And so, yes, for a black man and a white woman, or, you know, black woman and white man to be together, as uncomfortable as it makes me personally, that's what freedom looked like to them. It doesn't look like freedom to me. It definitely reminds me of captivity. But if it looks and feels like freedom to them, then I love them and support them as they are. I see and love the God in you. I ain't got to love all the other shit. I see and love the God in you. This avatar is really dope, but it requires a lot. It's a nice addition of us. Yeah, our avatars are all different. Like our cars are different. Like our houses are different. Like our style is different. The spirit on the inside has more in common than the avatar on the outside. So I need to make sure, me personally, I don't discredit any spirit because of the vehicle that it's in, because of the road that it decided to travel. You know, because of the terrain it's been through. And so it's a work in progress. It really is. But I'm working on that shit. Meanwhile, when I see interracial couples, no lie, I'm just telling you the truth. I have to go the other way. Just because I don't like the way it make me feel. It make me feel nauseous, mad, confused, misunderstood. Yeah. Anyway, I'm working on that shit. I'm working on that shit. Somebody said the colors of the rainbow never bleed together. And that's peace. I receive that. It's enough lanes out here for everybody to have one without stepping on somebody else's goddamn toes or tires. You feel me? Alright, we good. I'm about to get some tissue and then we're gonna read. Hold on, I gotta make sure my mama up. right, anybody know where we left off? Anybody know where we left off at? Or I just gotta guess. Great Rising. Great Rising. Let me make sure I missed no comments. Oh shit, of course I did. Oh, peace and power. I love you. I love you. Oh yeah. Healing is something else. Some of us, I need to hear that about healing. Some of us are too hard right now for me to heal you. So it's peace when your heart is pliable enough to be reshaped. Talk about all the time, calluses is what happens when the same trauma happens over and over and over and over. It's what the body does to protect itself. It hardens it against the abrasion. It hardens itself. And some of our hearts are that way. Our hearts are really heavy and really hurt, and I don't know. I'm gonna tell you what fixes it. No bullshit. It's the only thing. Like journaling, bath, candles, incense and shit. Look, motherfucker, you got frankincense oil. I ain't mad at you, but it ain't gonna get you free. Cliche as it is, love is the way. There is no healing without it. There is none. You will not have it without it. Heal and love are synonymous one with the other. It makes you like, well, I guess I ain't gonna have it then. I ain't got no mama and I ain't got no daddy. Well, you gotta find me. And you better hug me back the way I love you, with arms that don't let go, because it's the only way we got out of here, right? It's the only way that we got out of here. That is how churches and cults and organizations and me even, that's how you attract people. Love. You've seen it or maybe heard it a long time ago. It's like these little boys be getting in gangs and shit because they don't have no father figures. Somebody show you a little bit of love and that's enough. Love draws people in. Love draws things in. So work on loving. If you feel like there's nobody around you to love, like I said, besides you can love on me, you can love on you. Yeah, sis, I haven't even read Tomorrow's God, but when the brother sent it to me, Eric, he asked me had I started reading, and I said yes. And he said, have you been able to find yourself in it yet? And I'm like, from page one. From page one. That's why I encourage reading. It's peace to know that there are ideas that I have in my head, things that I've seen, things that I've heard, things that nobody else is privy to, and this guy has seen and heard the exact same things. And this woman has seen and heard the exact same things. And this sister has seen and heard the exact same things. And what they've done is they've written these things. They've written them so that they're available for me and available for my children. And so when we're in a world feeling like we're the solo conspiracy theorists, we're the antichrist and nobody fucks with us, there is a nation literally and a history and a future, shit, and fuck around, and a whole parallel motherfucking world where they think exactly how you think. They've seen the same things. They felt the same ways. Reading is fucking fundamental. Reading is liberating. Reading, it helps you. It makes you sharp and wise. People always speak to my wisdom. They don't understand every time, like my sister Rebecca taught me. No exchange leaves us unchanged. All right, and I know you hear me say that shit all the time. And I don't think you really understand it because half the shit I say, if you apply to your life, you'll be where the fuck you want to be in 90 days. Listen, listen. Hold on. Let's just say listen to. Yeah, that's it. In a different way, the light bearers are all speaking the same message, and they're speaking it in different languages. That's why it's so peace for people to receive me the way they receive me and not try to change me. Because the way I am is going to speak to a particular heart, a particular soul, a particular spirit, sister, or brother. And who fucking Dr. Oz can speak to and who Ayana Banzant can reach, the people that we touch are completely different, and no one of our roles is needed any less than the next. So the sisters who say, well, Ife, I would go live and read sometime, but I ain't got number like 200 followers. You got like 10,000 followers or something. Start where you at. You know, when I started reading, I was reading to 237 people. No, I mean a follow base of 237 people. I didn't mean 237 people was on the feed. You start where you are. So let the dog come over here. Please don't come over here, dog. All right. No exchange. All right. No exchange leaves us unchanged. And so before we talk more about how, well, let's talk about that first. Every book shapes you. Every book is a conversation. Every book is a journey through somebody else's mind, thoughts, and experiences. And so they will change you, you know. They'll change you. And that's what we're all looking for, evolution. We're looking to evolve, to change, to grow, to ascend, to be better. And so other people's words help you to do that. No exchange leaves us unchanged. And on that note, too, that is how you go into every exchange looking to come up. I mean, you don't have to be gold digging or hustling, but you'll learn quickly to protect you, so much so that you don't engage in any exchange that won't change you for the better. I don't have 3 minutes to listen to This Is America. I don't. After 30 seconds, I knew. I don't have it. I don't have it. And this is what, hold on. Yeah. You sleepy, mommy?
You want me to do an egg sandwich real quick?
Yes. Come on out.
You want on the bun or regular bread? Baby. Right? Babe.
She went upstairs. Alright, we have not been in the book. I'm gonna get to the book. We get to the book. Alright, indeed. I told you that before too. Expectation is everything. I remember that time I went to an interview and I was I just bugged on it and shit, and I was just like, I had never made $15 in my life. I had never made more than $11, $12, and I went in this job and I asked for $18 an hour. I asked for $18 an hour, even after they told me what their entry level is. Yeah, after all that, I ain't giving no fuck. I'm talking about 18. I'm not sure what you're looking for, but I know you're gonna get 2 or 3 times that. Like, not often do you hire somebody and they take on the work or the company as though it's their own. I was like, so usually you hire employees. You're hiring a steward here. I'm a steward. I'm going to treat your business the same way I would treat it if it was mine. And boom, he was like, 15. I can't do the 18. But 15. I was like, what? Listen, I expected it to go all or nothing. That is exactly what I expected. I expected him to give me enough money to get me out of the hole. I was living in Vegas. I was away from my support system. Me and my husband were in the hole heavy. And I was like, if I'm not having a job that's making $15 to $20 an hour, because it's got to cover the minimum wage of 2 individuals in order for us to survive, then it's not worth it. And I had in my head, all or nothing. And I walked out with all of it. Expectation is peace, and expectation is everything. You're going to get exactly what you expect. And some of us don't understand expectation and intent. Not what you're saying, that's peace too. But what you're really believing and what you're really thinking creates the behaviors that create your reality. Remember? All right, now where are we in here? So we can focus. Where we at? Where we at? I remember we talked about mothers. We talked about the bitch too, right? We talked about the bitch. I feel like we talked about the bitch. The sweet bitch. I remember her. 14 steps to purging the bitch. We covered that too. So we women folk can overcome the bitch attitude, break the cycle, and come out of our possession as we make a conscious effort to put down the bitch sword and pick up the Mayat feather of truth and right balance and purity. As we embrace our ancient African spiritual aspects of divinity, which meet us at every gateway of sacred woman, we will progressively rise out of the bitch state. You know, Africa is rooted. You know that the other continents are islands in that they floating or surrounded by water, and Africa is rooted. Like, I'm not really sure how to explain that to you. I remember reading it though. Multiple sources and shit, verifiable sources. So while the other countries are shifting over time, breaking off, land masses are breaking and sliding and shifting, Africa stays right where it is. It's rooted there. It's something that extends all the way down and it's grounded there. And I'm only telling you this because so many of us be like, I'm not from Africa. Or I've been here. Me and my people, we from the States. My grandfather was from here, and so was my great-great-great-grandmother, and that's peace too. But if you go back far enough, beloved, you'll learn that this was all one mass, all right? This was all one mass. And I don't want to alarm you and shit, but if you keep going and going and going and you get so deep in love or you get so close to the beginning, you'll learn how oneness is nothingness and everything. And I get it, that's a lot. I get it, that's a lot. But yes, we are all from the motherland. We are all from home. Home. Moving on to page 314. 314. Sister to sister dialogue. Oh, I did put up the GoFundMe. It's gofundme.com/Ife Asa Power Hours. And I think so it's been up for a few days. I think we got a $23 donation. It was $25, but GoFundMe charges a fee. So it is it was $22 and change. But yeah, y'all gonna keep fucking around. Make the fuck around. I can't do no promo for it because I'm in Facebook jail. So if you don't do the promo, then you know I'll be out of Facebook jail in about 10 days. Between 8 and 10 days. But I need you to maximize every day that we have so that we can make it happen. So if you're listening to us and we coming together and you're not sharing the videos, or you never have because you don't want to soil your timeline, or you haven't shared the YouTube station or whatever, you got to come through because we expect other people to fund our retreat. All right, I love you. It smells good. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I need to come out here. I think we got some grapes. I don't know if they still good or not. Hold on. Okay. All right, we here. My mama said, if you got plans today, tell your daddy you going to work or something, so you know he'll be cool with keeping the kids. I ain't set up like that. I can't. That shit made my nerves bad. I'm not about to lie to no motherfucking body. Ain't nobody. Oh, you ain't got to do a goddamn thing for my children. My children can come to fuck wherever I'm gonna go. You know? It's going better. It's still there, but it's down some. Cause I'm more concerned with the the glands and shit, the lymph nodes, and motherfuckers still. So I have to start teaching you about glands and shit. Niggas love to talk about the third eye, the pineal gland. The pineal gland, you ask a nigga about their pituitary gland, their thyroid gland, you ask a nigga about their adrenal gland, and they're like, is it right here? No, nigga, that's the thymus gland. Listen, leaders are fucking readers. Put your eyes on everything. It doesn't matter if you don't know the word. It doesn't matter if you don't understand the content. You let your eyes slide across everything because what happens is you awaken something. You ever been straight not being high and then you smelt somebody smoking weed and wanted to hit it? You ever been trying to let go of cigarette smoking, had to tell your dude, nigga, can you smoke outside so I don't get this goddamn itching for it? Or you wasn't hungry till you smelled me cooking bacon and biscuits and shit. I know, because that's the way these avatars work. Little things trigger, you know? Um, let me, I usually eat these early, but that grape was fucking delicioso. Um, let's keep on going. Oh shit, yeah, we do need to cover some stuff. I'm not gonna be on here for an hour plus today because I do have shit to do. Lie to make somebody feel better. No. I'll be back is what I say when I exit. I will see y'all later. Anyway. Whew. Alright, I'm ready. Them green grapes are sour. Don't help that they sat in the sun yesterday on the Mother's Day road trip. We went to South Carolina to see my grandmother. I told you, and I went to church. It was peace. I recorded the sermon. I was actually edified by it. Always am. Missed the church. Had decided I'm gonna pop up in church every now and then. I was like, not only is it a woke thing to do, there's so many broken people in the church. The church has not broken so many people, but it's also broken people in the church. Why would I discount those people? People who are broken, not the people who saved, sanctified, and holy. Not those, but the ones who are broken, the ones who have to drag themselves out of bed every Sunday and every Wednesday, hoping that they're going to get a word this time. The ones that are disappointed when it's a guest pastor because they really needed to hear a word from their pastor today. Those are the ones that I want. And I don't want to do shit but get in there, identify your ass, love on you, and get the fuck out. And that's peace. All right, let's do this. Journal to journal sister work. Journal to journal. Sister to sister journal work. You're my sister and I forgive you. Dialogue 1. Okay. Forgiveness. This is the part where Queen of Fool promotes journal dialogue between your sister friend and you. You might ask her if she's willing to speak with you from her higher self. Then write about how you feel about your relationship. Try not to be accusing, shaming, or blaming. Remember, there are no victims here, just relationships in need of purification. Write honestly about the challenges in your relationship and how they make you feel. Then let her speak and keep going from there. You may be quite surprised about what happens between you by the end of your dialogue. Your relationship with your sister friend may not change as a result of this dialogue because consciously she's unaware of it. The transformation will come through you. The healing will come through your new insights and understanding about your friend and your relationship. Your behavior toward her will change. And in time, because all things change when we do, our friend's behavior will slowly begin to change toward us and for the better. So I sit down and okay, hold on. I can't play that game no more because I got a spider bite on my motherfucking forehead. So now y'all know how did you come up in here and it's a rat for you. All right. Sister 1 says, your words hurt. Why must you be so harsh and judgmental? And the next sister said, I was just trying to protect you and keep you from hurting yourself again. I'm sorry. Maybe I could have done it another way. Maybe taking a gentler approach. The sister says, Sister 1 says, it's all right. I forgive you. You're my sister. Sister 2 says, I always admired you and put you on a pedestal. Then jealousy stepped in and I took a turn. Please, won't you forgive me? Now, we know this is not how the fuck conversations are happening in real life. You're not about to sit down with one of your rat friends, ask her to be righteous, and then have this conversation with her. And so some people, you will have to learn to forgive without them. I don't want you dependent on a mat or a feather or a candle or a principle, or I want you grounded in you. I want you loving on you, rooted in you, rooting for you. I want you, you, outside of you, on top of you, and up under you. I want you engulfed in you in a peace way, not a narcissistic way. But it's important that you understand that every time you look for something, I need you to find you to be the one with the answers. You looking for a man, you looking for a healing, you looking for a job, you looking for a home, you looking for money. I just don't want you to look for somebody else to be doing the things that you should be looking to do for yourself. And forgiveness is one of those things. We want people to come and apologize and shit. We want them to seek our forgiveness, and they don't. Tell you what though, one thing I learned, and I learned it the hard way. Before I forgave myself for having an affair during my marriage to my first husband, right? Before, no, fuck that. I forgave myself fairly early, but before I could forgive myself for the infidelities, right? And that's always hard for me to say because I don't feel like no grown-ass motherfucker can cheat on a grown-ass motherfucker. Nigga, this not no test. I'm a grown-up. This is my shit. This is whose pussy? My pussy, motherfucker. Anyway, whole nother story. The thing is, when I was so sad and so caught up in the initial breakup and the emotions involved, around it, I could not forgive myself. And while I was stuck in a state of not being able to forgive myself, I also couldn't forgive him. I couldn't forgive him for making me feel like I should creep away. I couldn't forgive him for making me seek compensation. You know what I mean? For lack of a better word, for making me. I feel I ain't getting enough. Like I need to be refilled, and I couldn't forgive him for dropping the ball as a husband. Now I understand how closely the two are related. The minute that I was actually able to forgive him for dropping the ball, and I only forgave him because I was ready to accept my own shit. I was ready to accept that regardless of what I believe in, I married him knowing what he believed in, and I went against what he believed in after vowing to him to uphold his idea of what our union should be. So right when I accepted my accountability in it, I forgave him for dropping the ball. And I recognized that he did the best that he could do with what he'd been given. And the minute that I forgave him, suddenly my guilt of having cheated, my guilt of affairs and infidelities dissipated. It went away. And so now I understand how that forgiveness even is in the reflective shit. We say peace reflection, and it sounds like a cute hashtag, but the truth is our forgiveness is also in that. And so in my mind, I imagine I'm having a workshop, and I tell the sister, hold on. All right, hold on. All right, so here go the T-chart. Hold on. It ain't much. It's peace. It's easy. All right? Because everybody got a list of shit that they want somebody to apologize for. I want somebody to apologize for stealing my money. I want somebody to apologize for me for that time she stole my man. I want to apologize for that time I want somebody to apologize for that rape. I want my mama to apologize for being negligent. I want my daddy to apologize for being absent. I want my baby daddy to apologize for being rude to me. All right, and so that's where most of us stay at. We got all this shit, and we spend our whole lives, spiritual lives, church lives, trying to figure out how we can get somebody to forgive, to come and seek our forgiveness, so we can grant that shit. When if you have a lot of shit on this side, chances are you got a fair and equal amount on this side. And sometimes it'll require some thought. How have you broken somebody's heart? When have you stolen something from somebody? When have you neglected someone, or were absent, or were rude, or were abrasive, or were mean? What things have you done that you ought to seek forgiveness for? Some of us are so holy, it's going to take us a while to think of them. Oh, but when you do, you'll realize that if there's a lot of shit on the side where you're seeking, is probably a lot of shit on this side too. You have to forgive yourself. Be like, my mama wasn't shit. My mama got a new boyfriend in her life and she did me dirty as fuck. My mama not shit. I forgive her. I forgive her. Now, when I said when you do, there's some liberation in it. Hold on. Keep feeling like I'm a sneeze. That's it. All right, so I had to cuss my mama ass out. I had to cuss and her nigga out. They came over here tripping. Right. And you feel like my mama owe me an apology. She came over here with that fuck shit. She know I don't do like that at my house. This is my house. My mama know better. My mama know better. She always try to come over here on that fuck shit. And you're like, so she owes you an apology. True indeed. But if you sit down and you write your list and you look at your life objectively, then you know that ultimately that's still your primal relationship. That's still your mother. That's still the woman that gave you breath. That's still the woman that birthed you, right? And so for that reason, surely there's another way you can communicate with her than to tear her down. Surely there's a way that you can breathe life back into her while you're communicating what you feel. But if you didn't, then you got to put that on the list. I did kind of curse my mama out, and I would like her to forgive me for that. I did wild out in front of my children, and I scared my children, and I want them to forgive me for that. And in seeking the forgiveness of others, it's easier. Handling one side of the list make it easier to handle the other. Get in where you fit in. And hold on, let me see what time it is. 7:20. Okay. Yeah. So shit. Let me think. 30. All right, just figuring out my time. Indeed, forgiveness with your sisters, your brothers, our parents, especially our children. Some sisters are envious of one another, and that toxic state makes us out of sorts. But when each of us reflects deeply into our own golden treasure chest, we'll see that each sister woman has been well endowed with blessings that fit her life path, her destiny. So sisters, don't you fret, because you got it that way too. Vanessa, all depressed about what she thinks she doesn't have in life. To compound things, she feels her sister girlfriend, Ruby, is blessed to a greater degree than herself. And so she writes a dialogue with her sister Ruby to get all those feelings up and out. And that's peace too. Get it out. You're a type, nobody is ever going to say you're not allowed to feel how you feel. But I will say you're not allowed to hold it in, not and live. There are laws of nature that you must obey in order to live and to flourish. And to bottle in toxins, pains, thoughts, chemicals, those things do kill. All right? Moving on. Oh, hell yeah. Damn. Yeah. All right, we getting it in. The Mayat Feather Meditation, Balancing the Heart. This is the last portion before we're moving on to... Hold on. Yeah, what happened was, I wasn't gonna read, but after we talked, and then I went to pee and shit, I was like, I'm up. I love you. Damn, I love your ass. So shit. I'm thinking about going to this class shit, right? And being fan fucked. I'm gonna go to the class and I'm gonna say fuck the job. So you gonna come fuck with me? Oh shit. Damn, say, I wish I was there to give you some head or something. Yeah, sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry, it's the truth. Damn. She still wish I had a sister queen in your zip code so I could be like, sis, our king needs some good night. But the network ain't secured that way just quite yet. And so, yeah, I love you though. I love you and I miss you. Bet if you go to this class and shit, it'll put you to sleep. Watch The Handmaid's Tale. You go to sleep. Watch The Handmaid's Tale or something. Watch something boring though, and you'll go to sleep. Put that. You got a fan over there, baby, on that bullshit. All he need is head or a fan. Okay, let me read. Let me read. I just be bullshitting sometimes. Titanic. Slay don't go to sleep on movies though. He really don't. I be talking shit. He don't. Like you see the water, you see the way the water hit the left side of the ship before it hit the right side of the ship. It's like he came up on the easel. I'm like, man, look. His esoteric levels is high. All right, let me finish this grape and then we're gonna keep it pushing. Because this is the last portion, again, last segment before. We're back on sacred relationships. I mean, sacred unions. Hold on. All right. Remember, follow Recio Jones. Remember, follow Recio Jones for me. Tall, brown skinned brother, shiny bald head, beard gang on strong. Recio, Reesio, Recio Jones. Okay. I'm waiting on him to text me back now to tell me what time tomorrow is good for me to go live with him from his page. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be because I haven't seen Recio in fuck. Damn, feel like I ain't seen my man in a year. That shit makes my heart hurt because we local. You know what I'm saying? We local. It's peace though. Black power figures should only link up in the flesh when it's necessary. Yeah, Recio Jones. Again, black power figures. Like, we love the internets and it's bringing us together, but the more boots on the ground shit we doing, the less televised or publicized it has to be. And the less time we have to spend together. When we together, we got to make some shit shaking and be apart because, yeah, they really have like people who we know, love, and trust who don't even have what we would consider to be a super large following. And these people, that they are Facebook friends that we all have that are on a terrorist list, and they're not even, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? So powerful black figures, men and women alike, have to be careful. Don't ever feel like you're too far under the radar for them to pay attention to the work you're doing. All right? You'd be surprised. All right, so this is the last part. The Mayat Feather Meditation, Balancing the Heart. Great Rising D. Renee. Mayat is the cosmic order. Mayat or Mayat, tomato, tomato. Okay? You have people telling you, not, it's my art. It's my act. It's mort. Listen, motherfucker. Alright? Really and truly, it's in the intent. Just speak. Eventually you'll begin to hear the words recited to you in meditations, and it'll make pronunciation that much easier. Mayat is the cosmic order that permeates all creation. Mayat is the cosmic order that permeates all creation. It's also called, excuse me, grapes do that to me. Hold on. Sorry. Not sorry. Told you, could be worse, could be farting. One of them joints where you have to pinch the sheets down with your goddamn arms and hope don't nobody move. Yes, it's also called Dharma. Dharma, you've heard of karma. You know, what you do comes back on you and shit. And Dharma is the force that makes this possible. So, yeah, it's the same. Like I said, light is the same. Okay, light is affecting us the same. It represents truth, righteousness, balance, order, law, reciprocity, propriety, and sobriety. It represents truth, righteousness, balance, order, law, reciprocity, propriety, and sobriety. And I don't think a lot of us understand sobriety as well as we should. We're going to actually have to talk about that another day. Sobriety. That's really important because we're talking about being without chemically induced highs. And when we consider that you don't just get your chemical inductions from fucking from weed, sex, and THC vape joints, you're also getting them in the foods that you're eating and in the relationships you're experiencing, because everything is changing you, contributing to the hormones and every other chemical that you're releasing in your body. But sobriety is important. Also, and I give thanks for my years with Louis because I learned so much about myself. I learned so much about men. I learned so much about parenting, travel, and I learned a lot about debt. it's because of my bad decisions in my marriage that that I've learned as much as I have. Okay, the knee scrapes were not in vain. Sobriety. When I delivered Dory, our 5-year-old. All right, just a few more minutes now. When I delivered Dory, our 5-year-old, they tested me for marijuana because it was premature. Listen, anyway, they tested me when she was premature. They tested me for drugs, and because I tested positive for marijuana, they put me in the drug rehab classes. They put me in a recovery program. All right, it's actually in Savannah, Georgia, a place called the Recovery Place. Um, I really like that place. You know, I ain't like I done been to a whole lot of rehab centers and shit, but you know, plug the Recovery Place was nice. It was small. It was hood as fuck. You could tell it was government funded, but it was peace though. Um, I'm telling you this because they put me in a program that required me to do random drug screens. There was a color line. They assigned me the color red, and they told me that as long as I'm in the program, I'm to call that phone number every day. And there's a voicemail recording. They're like, every day you call the the color line, it'll list colors. Some days it'll be 3 colors, some days it'll be 12. I didn't realize that around holidays they would list a whole lot of colors, like Thanksgiving and shit. You want to bang niggas up. Anyway, she's like, so you'll call, and if you hear your color, then that means that's the day that you need to do your random test. And so, I was doing just fine, testing and not smoking, so they could see my THC levels decreasing, even though I was still testing positive and tested positive for marijuana for 9 months. A lot of people think you can drink water for 30 days. Yes, because I was fat, and THC is stored in your fat cells, and your bladder is nothing but, your bladder is made of fat, and so a lot of it is stored right there, where the piss is sitting, brewing in a THC pot. Anyway, yeah. So I was taking my little drug classes and I was passing them. And I felt clearer in mind. It got to a point where if I had a good idea, I actually did the good idea. Like the minute I was like, damn, that'll be dope as a song, I actually wrote it. The minute I'd be like, man, it'll be dope as fuck if I made that into a shirt. And I actually did it. It went from a point where I was just like, hell yeah, that would be a dope ass song. And I could put that shirt on while I'm singing that shit. But not today though. Easily it was that at home. Now once I got sober, that went away. Like I said, the ability to do the things that I saw or envisioned, it was able to manifest. I was able to manifest those things. And damn it. Hold on. I've been missing my anklet and shit, and this is all I can find of it. Shell. Damn. All right, yes. Indeed, what was happening at home, though, as I became more clear-headed in my relationship is his being high, all right, became a turnoff. It put a wedge between us. It did. It did. You clumsy and fumbling around and high and forgetting what the fuck we were just saying in the conversation, and you eating up the grocery and shit, and you smell like an old ashtray, and your eyes look bloodshot red. I don't want to take you around nobody. And I'm looking like, and this used to be me, and was this how I looked? But I did realize that we didn't know anything. Our relationship was starting to fall apart because weed was such a common denominator. We had been high together for so long. I realized that I'd never experienced what it was like to be with this man sober. And so I understand now. And it took me smoking weed to make the marriage work another 2 years. I swear to God it did. No shade to him. And so though I know that sobriety affects us overall in how we receive signals and communications. And let me see what time it is, because I got to get out of here. All right. So I love you, and I wanted to finish this, but let me see. All right, we'll finish it quickly. If I just stop doing all the extra shit. The ancient Kemites based spirituality, government, relationships, profession, their entire lives on the principles of Ma'at, balance, represented by the feather. The heart in the Kemetic system is seen as the seat of intelligence. It was weighed with the feather. Oh, I love you too. It was weighed with the feather of Ma'at on the scale. Said, but hell, my son's following up back. We were too complacent with life. Yeah, it is. It happens all the time. Sis. Like, I don't think people realize it, but I have a really close friend, and I know her and her boyfriend get high every single day. And like saying I might smoke every day, we might. We typically don't every day. But if we do smoke every day, we're not smoking all day today into tomorrow into the next day. Like, we're not gonna have a fourth blunt going before we feel any effect from the first blunt setting in. And I have a friend who that's just the natural course of their life. Anytime her and her man are together, and I've said this to her, anytime they're together, there has to be weed or there has to be liquor. So much so that if there isn't, they irritated with each other. Man, I just need to smoke something, and I just need to drink something. I just need to get out. It's because you're used to dating the drug. You're used to dating the drug. You're used to dating the drug version of the person that you're with. Sobriety matters. It's important, especially because in a relationship, I want to know all of you, or as much of you as I'm entitled to, you know. And a sober you is, I can say that's pretty fair, all right? Moving on. The Kemites believe that if your heart became burdened through life's lessons, just to get by, just to get by. I was listening to Goody Mob yesterday. I encourage you to listen to Goody Mob too. It's better than this new shit. You know, they say that's good, that mostly a bullshit. They had a song called Cell Therapy. They had Soul Food. They had Beautiful Skin. Goody Mob dropped a lot of gems. Just want to put that out there for you. If you're looking for something to vibe up today, start with that Cell Therapy and goddamn reach out to me when you catch the light. All right. Moving on, we talked about hardened hearts. The Kemites believe that if your heart became burdened through life's lessons, then the scale would be out of balance, opening the way to illness and plague. But if your heart maintained balance with the feather on the scale, then you would be in harmony with life, for your heart would be equal to the lightness of Inter, the one most high. Then you would be free of disease in the body. I'm tired of reading, so we'll pick up tomorrow with where we left off. I will tell you that since I've started going through the beginning of the book again, I told you that for myself personally, I'm starting in Gateway 0 and moving through it. So I'll still be with you, but personally, I'm starting my development again at the beginning and going through. And I didn't recognize this, the whole head swelling up and shit, because regardless of what you call it, it's an infection. Okay, it doesn't matter the root, it's an infection. And it's an infection of the head or the crown where I'm going to say 7 months ago, well, wait a minute, it was more than 7, because I was with Say, so it was, I guess, damn, I'll say, what's 12 plus 7? So yeah, I remember though, it wasn't too long ago, that I had a knot just like this on the bottom of my foot. And for me, I can't escape the idea that requires some introspection. All right, I gotta look in and see what's going on. Not looking at my diet as much as looking at my mind and looking at my spirit. That both my crown and my feet would give me the same issue. The same issue. I'm trying to figure it out. I think a lot of it is that I'm taking on a lot of the things I feel from other people. I've been in denial about it, and that's probably why how I allowed myself to get sick. Yeah, not allowing other people's shit to roll off me, you know. I really do take on your shit as my own shit. And I hate when people say the empath shit. Just don't fucking call me that. Because I feel like it's just love. It's not sensitivity or compassion. It ain't fucking magic powers or melanin. It's not none of that shit, motherfucker. It's love. Love is what make me give a fuck enough that any issue you go through feels like my issue. And consistently, it don't matter if it's a white man's truck who's bent the fuck up and curled the fuck up on the freeway, or if it's a black woman's. It don't matter if it's a little black boy getting shot in the street or a little white girl getting shot in her kindergarten class. The toll that it takes on me emotionally is just the same, because what happens is I can see me in everything. No, I don't have no little white baby. No, I don't have no children in no public elementary school. None of that shit. But I can still see it happening to me because I have children, because I love women who love the children that they have, because I can't help but see me somehow in that. Anyway, I do believe, though, that my emotional connection to you, my love for you, is what can sometimes make me sick. So I'm going to be taking some more days off in the near future. And by the near future, I mean this week. This week I don't intend to read every day. I don't know yet what days I will and what days I won't, but I'm going to try to practice listening to God. Like today, I was like, I probably won't read. I think I even text say, I'm debating not reading because I'm tired. I don't know. I was too tired. Maybe I didn't send it. The point is, I'm still here, and that usually happens. And in order for me to heal me, it can't happen. Um, the more I give you and the more you give me, the more love I open myself up to, the more I subject myself to spirit work, yeah, the more affected I am. So the more care I require. Okay, to whom much is given, much is required. I'm required to take care of myself first. So I love y'all, and we're gonna work that shit out. Um, oh, you know what? I'll just do heart to heart with Ricio. So whenever the fuck that happens, I'll let y'all know. Okay? I love you. Um, peace and power. And shit, y'all be great. Y'all be great. Mwah. I love you.